Inner work is the work you do on yourself to try to overcome barriers that are preventing you from realizing your potential or fulfilling a purpose or really working well with other people to make change. It could be a blind spot you have. It could be that you're not able to listen to certain perspectives. It could be that you feel uncomfortable in certain spaces. So I think being aware of that and working to change that. And it really is about quiet, but every day find some space of quiet where I don't feel I have to, at the end of that, come up with a solution. And then nature. I found just, if I do that in a garden, it doesn't have to be in the wilds, but just something that connects me to nature, that grounds me. In our organizations, we do have social analysis tools and methods to understand power. We tend to apply them out there to looking at a problem as if it's separate from us. And that's why I find that analysis of power, if you're not aware of your own power in the system, if you're not willing to sort of peel off the layers and get to real conversations about power, it will be very hard to shift systems. Another is just whose voice is in a conversation, in a decision, whose stories are getting told and whose are not getting told. So we all try our best, obviously, to tell a story in a way that's compelling to the audiences. Sometimes we forget that we've left out certain perspectives and aspects, certain voices in that story. So I think that awareness of power, that ability to just sit back and think of all the different players in the system, who has less power, who has more power, that's really important. So in the Bhavishya Alliance, I think it's a really special experience. I think people were very deliberate in trying to build that container to trigger some inner work. I was not involved in the Alliance, but over the years when I met people who were associated with it, they talked about that initial lab work as very powerful. I think that there was inner work and change and real introspection at many of these levels that then later led to them overcoming whatever challenges they had to work together and make some change.